Every house has an old story to tell. But the scariest one is the story about the black wooden chest in Tintin's grandfather's house. People in the village whispered that something inside the chest should never be opened. Grandpa said it carried a curse from great-grandfather's time, and Grandma would simply warn, touch it, and the spirits will take you. But how do you explain that to a 10-year-old like Tintin, mischievous, curious, and convinced that ghosts were just grown-up tricks to hide secrets? That afternoon, rain drizzled endlessly. Tintin's parents were still out harvesting rice, leaving only him, his 6-year-old sister Na, and Uncle Utno, the family's resident clown, famous for once pretending to be a ghost and making half the village fall into the ditch. Tintin adored him, because every ghost story Uncle told was half terrifying, half hilarious. Rain dripped through the cracked roof tiles, plinking onto the earthen floor. Tintin sat by the wall, listening. Somewhere in the dark corner near the chest came a rhythmic tapping sound. He frowned. "Did you hear that?" he whispered. Na blinked sleepily. "It's just the wind." "What kind of wind knocks 3 times evenly?" "Cock, cock!" The tapping came again. Then silence. Tintin poked the floor near the chest with a bamboo stick. Nothing, but the air there was strangely cold. Na tugged his sleeve, her voice trembling. "Stop it, I'm scared." Before Tintin could reply, Uncle Utno came in, soaked to the bone, his hair plastered to his forehead. He grinned. "What are you two plotting now, huh? Careful, the maso might grab your feet." Tintin tilted his head. "What's maso, Uncle?" Uncle Ut squatted down, lowering his voice. "It's a ghost, the soul of someone buried in the corner of a house to guard treasures. People used to raise them long ago. Your great-grandfather had one, I heard. Buried, right under that chest." Na gasped. "Really?" "Of course, but don't worry, it's asleep. Unless," he paused dramatically, "someone wakes it up." Just then, a faint click came from the chest. All 3 turned toward it. A droplet fell from the leaking roof, flashing in the lamplight as it hit the lid. Uncle Ut forced a laugh, though his eyes flickered uneasily. "All right, enough ghost stories. Off to bed, before you catch a cold. No ghosts knocking, just rats." That night, Tintin lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Rain kept falling. He finally grabbed his little flashlight and tiptoed to the corner. The light swept across the chest and stopped. From a narrow crack in the wood, a small blackened hand slowly reached out, trembling as if searching for something. Tintin froze. His flashlight dropped with a dull thud and went out. Then came a giggle, soft, childlike, chilling. Tintin screamed. Grandpa burst in with a lamp, face stern, Grandma behind him clutching her rosary. Without a word, Grandpa pulled out a faded yellow talisman from his shirt, pressed it against the chest, and began chanting. The flickering light showed everyone's faces pale as chalk. Grandma whispered, "It's awake. Again." The curse unfolds at dawn. The village chief Fambahoy arrived, thin, sleepless eyes sunken deep. "Who disturbed the corner last night?" he barked. Grandpa sighed. "The boy tapped it. He didn't know." The chief slammed his walking stick on the floor. "I warned you, never touch that spot. The spirit was sealed there. Now you've woken it." Tintin lowered his head. "I'm sorry." The chief looked at him, his face shifting between anger and pity. Then he turned to leave, saying only, "Don't let it leave the yard. If it does, the whole village will pay." That afternoon, Grandpa sent for Master Nguyen, the Taoist. The old exorcist arrived wearing a dark indigo robe, straw sandals, and a cloth bag slung across his shoulder. He circled the house, burning incense and muttering under his breath. When he reached the chest, he stopped. "There's a child buried here," he said softly. "Not vengeful, but enslaved." "Enslaved?" Grandpa asked. "By whom?" "There's someone in this village," Master Nguyen replied, "who uses this spirit as eyes and ears, to spy, to gain fortune." Tintin blurted out, "A human or a ghost, Master?" The old man smiled sadly. "A human, but one who keeps this up won't stay human for long." The Watchers in the Rain. That night, Tintin and Uncle Ut decided to spy on the culprit. They hid behind a banana tree, armed with a flashlight, a bamboo stick, and 2 rice crackers. Tintin whispered, "Uncle, are we going to fight the ghost with crackers?" "No," Uncle said, dead serious. "Feed it. Hungry ghosts are cranky." Before Tintin could laugh, they saw a figure wearing a conical hat, holding a lantern, walking toward the forest. Tintin held his breath. It was the village chief, Pham Ba Hoy. He stopped by an old broken banyan tree and murmured an incantation. The wind rose sharply, dust swirling, and from the ground crawled a small black figure with pale, eyeless sockets. It clutched his leg, wailing and laughing all at once. Uncle Oot was about to leap out when Grandpa and Master Nguyen appeared, each holding talismans. Master Nguyen chanted loudly. The air whipped around them. The chief screamed, "Don't stop me! It's my son! I just wanted him back!" "You stole another's soul to fill his body," Master Nguyen shouted. "That thing isn't your son." The black spirit shrieked, dragging the chief to the ground. Tin Tin, terrified but desperate, ran forward and yelled, "Don't hurt him! If you want to play, play with me!" He hurled one of his crackers. For a heartbeat, the cold air froze. Master Nguyen seized the moment, threw a handful of sacred ash, and recited the final spell. A green light flared. The ghost shattered into white smoke. And in that moment, Tin Tin saw it clearly. A boy his age, wearing a torn brown shirt, smiling kindly. "Don't be afraid," it whispered. "I'm going now." Then it vanished. The village chief collapsed, sobbing when he awoke. "I only wanted my child back. I was blind." Grandpa placed a hand on his shoulder. The living shouldn't call back the dead. Every soul has its time. To force it is to lose yourself. Peace returns. The next morning, Grandpa sealed the corner, placing a small incense pot above it. Grandma murmured, "Even Masho have souls. It's greed that turns them wicked." Tin Tin listened quietly, staring at the dark patch of soil still damp from the rain. That evening, the family sat down to dinner. Just as Na scooped her soup, a soft "cock" echoed from the corner. Everyone froze. Tin Tin smiled faintly. "It's saying hello. It's not a bad spirit now. It's guarding the house." Uncle Oot laughed. "Then tomorrow I'll give it a broom. Let it help sweep the yard." Everyone burst out laughing. Outside, the rain whispered against the eaves, and from the old chest's corner came a faint sound, a child's giggle, soft as a sigh. Tin Tin looked over and smiled. He wasn't afraid anymore. The end.